All right, guys, welcome to Like Guitars. I am Antoine.
I'm Robin. Hi.
Hi. So we're broadcasting from France, actually. And I don't know what's the weather like in California, but here in France it is absolutely catastrophic. It's raining cats and dogs. So if you hear a little bit of rain in the background, then don't be worried. It's just only normal. The rain is pretty heavy at the moment. But we're very happy to get to show you our Hyvibe range of guitars. We have been introducing them since last year, actually, but there's quite a few new stuff that we want to show you this year. So the two main topics for this video today would be to show you the new functions that are available with the new version of the software that was released back in September this year. There's quite a new functions that that you guys have been requesting, and so we want to show that to you. And there will be also some new models in the range for next year, and we want to introduce you to these new models. So hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop us a few lines, and so we'll start to run down the functions of the looper, just to give you a bit of an overview of everything that's available in the guitar, just for those who are not familiar with the Hyvibe system. Yeah. So Robin will give you a quick tour of the different functions that are in the guitar, and then we'll focus specifically on the new additions for the software updates.
Yeah. So first, I'm going to first talk about how the system works, actually. So maybe you don't know how this thing work. We have here under the bridge plates of the guitar, we have two tiny vibrators. We call them actuators, actually, and thanks to them we can control the vibration in the top of the guitar and add more, or control all the vibration, and all acoustically. There is no speaker inside. There's just two tiny vibrators.
Yeah, I think it's important to say that the guitar is completely unplugged.
Yep.
As you can see, there are two plugs on this guitar because, as you will see, you can use the guitar as a speaker. So there's also an input. There's also an input jack at the back of the guitar, but we're not plugged into anything. Everything you will hear comes straight from the guitar, from the sound hole of the guitar.
And those mics.
Because the whole principle of the Hyvibe system is actually to get the table of the guitar to vibrate. And the vibrations are coming not only from the strings but also from the actuators Robin was mentioning earlier on.
Yeah. So all you're gonna hear is controlled by this little
device,
this preamp device. Everything you can control here with with this screen. So first we have a tuner. That's not really impressive for acoustic guitar, but here it is. And then we have effects. And thanks to the actuators, we can do this. So first, the clean sound of the guitar. And then we can do that. Add first reverb. We can control everything from this device here. You can have a short reverb, or a very large, very long reverb. We also have many effects. We're gonna go through some of them. The second one is the chorus.
So it's important to say that for each effect, there are two controls on the guitar. Mm-hmm. One will control the length or the kind of the depth of the effect, and the other one will deal with the mix.
Yeah,
so whether you want the reverb to be very strong, very loud, or softer.
It's kind of a blend.
Yeah, exactly.
You have your clean sound and the effect. You can mix the both. And this, as you told, you can control one parameter of the effect. For the reverb, it's going to be the length, but for the overdrive, it's going to be the gain. It's different each time.
Yeah. And it's important to say that with the new software version that came out in September, a large number of these effects have been upgraded.
Yeah.
We changed the parameters, and hopefully they sound better. And so we always try to improve. So again, if you have any feedback, if you guys are playing the Hyvibe for some time, please feel free to give us some feedback, because we're always improving.
You want to show us the delay? The
Yeah.
echo?
So it's an it's an echo type of delay, and you can control the length and the decay of the echo. So it's endless hours of fun guaranteed with this thing. And obviously you can cover some famous pieces, but it's always great for getting some inspiration, finding new ideas. Having all these effects built in the guitar can actually broaden your the number of ideas that can come, you know, the type of sound that you can get out of the guitar. It's really inspiring.
Next, so we have effects, we have a tuner, that's great. We have also a metronome, a built-in metronome directly in the guitar. If the metronome is on, you can't feel it, but I can. It's the top of the guitar that makes this noise. And you can adjust the, I don't know, the time signature.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
the tempo and the speed of your metronome. And also the volume, obviously.
Yeah.
Once you've done that, you can go into the next section, that is the looper.
Yeah, because it's important to say that the metronome acts as it will define actually the tempo of your loop when using the looper. So you can adjust the speed and the time signature. The time signature you can actually adjust in the looper menu, but the speed of the metronome, because the looper will give you 1 bar. 1 bar of metronome just to adjust, to get ready to start recording.
Yeah, a countdown.
And the countdown will play at the speed you define the metronome at.
And the metronome.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you can go into the looper, and the main new thing that's with the looper is that now you can record, play a loop, and once the looper loops, you can overdub, but with an effect.
Yeah, you can actually have 2 different effects, one on the loop,
exactly,
and one on the overdub. So the effect playing on the loop will be the last effect you dialed in the effect section. So say you have a reverb in the effect section. The loop you will be recording will be playing with the reverb, and then in the looper menu, you can choose a different effect for the overdub. So say if you have the reverb set for your rhythm part that you're looping, and you want to play a chorus on top of that, then you can have like an echo or like a tremolo or a chorus. On the chorus you'll be playing on top of the loop. So it's very, very cool. And you know, it's endless. You can have, you know, and obviously one thing we need to mention, we won't be demonstrating this today, but all the effects are adjustable via the smartphone application.
Yeah.
And you can make your own effects. So you can mix and match different effects. If you want a reverb with chorus, that's definitely possible. You can dial that in on your phone, and then you can download it into the guitar and define it as a setting. So yeah, now that's the brand new thing for this year. It's been requested by a lot of you guys, is being able to play the looper with the effects, and now it's possible.
And also you can adjust the number of bars in the looper directly from the device.
Exactly. Yeah, that's new too.
Yeah.
Because last year you had to do it on the smartphone. Now you can do it on the guitar, so it's very, very useful, very handy. So you can control the number of bars, the time signature, and the tempo. So basically you can control everything on the guitar. It makes it very easy.
You can control everything except the weather.
Except the rain. God, it's terrible. So we'll do we can do a short demo of the looper. So Robin, if you want to
let's go. If I can
you want to start
myself. You ready?
Okay, go for it. All right. If guys, you have to know the rain is just incredibly loud, and we can't even hear ourselves sometimes. So we're struggling with the rain, which is actually very noisy. Anyway, it's great because I mean, if you have those two guitars, you can do simultaneous loops as well. So you can play for hours just jamming. It's just great. I mean,
you can play along with yourself.
Yeah, exactly. and if you play with other guys, other people like a singer or a drummer, it's even more fun because you can create like a band effect, and there's always one more player in the band.
And if you have a friend who's a bass player and doesn't have his amp, you can plug his electric bass in his guitar and use it as a preamp for his his instrument.
That's great. Another thing I want to show you guys is I don't know if you guys are singers as well as guitar players, but it's very useful in any kind of situation, live situations, obviously. Even if you're playing like along with friends and stuff, having the looper on it can actually sort of help you focus more on the singing parts as opposed to focusing all the time on both. So it can be a relief sometimes, and you can play other stuff. I'll just show you a very quick demo of how you can use it while singing, and then we'll continue with the rest of the functions. All right. He left no time to regret, kept his dick wet with his same old safe bet. And me held my head high and my tears dry. Get on without my guy. All right, so as you can see, it's very useful because you can build something that is more than just you and the guitar. Yeah. You can play a little, few notes here and there, and then sing along. It's actually very, very useful. It's very good for practicing as well, you know, the rhythm parts while you're singing, because you have a reference, and so you know exactly where you need to be. So it's you know, it's a great practicing and playing tool.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so Robin, what else? What else have we got?
I think there is one last thing. Is the speaker function.
Yeah, speaker function. That's great. That's actually very great.
So yeah, if you can't sing like Antoine can, you can connect your phone to your guitar and use it as a Bluetooth speaker and stream whatever you want.
Yeah, and again, and obviously you can play along what you're playing.
Yeah.
It's
you can, you know, stream songs, YouTube videos, even Skype calls if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speak to your friend.
That's a good one, actually.
With a guitar.
And actually, and if you're a composer, you know, you can upload and you can play. If you have uploaded like your background instruments and your background music, you can load it on your phone and play it. So then you can just sing and play the guitar, and then you can have, I don't know, your bass, your drums, anything, your keyboards.
Or your singer, actually.
And your singer, actually, if you're just a guitar player. So that's very, very useful.
So this is only the guitar. There is no speaker. You can see the sound turning around. And then you can jam along with an harper.
Again, it's potentially endless hours of fun, you know. It's a very great function, and you can use it as a speaker, and you're not even playing the guitar.
Yeah, you
know,
don't
actually, when you're hanging out with friends and
or just pretend play.
Or just pretend you're playing. Yeah, that's perfect. Excellent. The rest of the functions, Robin.
I guess we
the USB you use if you actually the latest version of the software. With the latest version, you had to plug your guitar to the computer because the next version will be downloadable via the Bluetooth option of your phone.
Yeah.
So you will be sending the files by Bluetooth directly to the guitar
for the upgrade. You mean?
For the next upgrades. Yes. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, because we can upgrade the system, you know, for adding more function, more whatever you want, whatever you ask. We are trying to improve the system and putting inside many as feature we can.
Exactly, and we see this as a very sort of cooperative, collaborative system, and we try and gather, you know, all feedback. The effects for the looper was a huge request, so we updated it. The guys at Hyvibe worked on it. They did an amazing job, and they keep improving the system with new features, better effects. You know, always taking the feedback into account. Next,
we have the compatibility with the MIDI pedal, Bluetooth pedal. If you want, you know, to control the looper or the effect with your feet, like a classic guitar player will, you can do that. There are many
Bluetooth pedals available that are compatible with the system.
Yes.
So again, if you're interested, just drop us a line and we'll point you to the right directions. But it's pretty. You'll find on the forums again. Number of you guys playing the guitar have been using the pedals as well. And the latest option is the system. So there's a few settings you can adjust on there, especially like the overall level of the the effects.
The gain, the entry level of the piezo sensor. That's for adjusting if your strings are kind of old. You can always adjust the entry level of the system.
Yeah.
And then you have the calibration. That's for because it's a smart system, and you can adjust when you do that. You can adjust to the parameter, to the volume of the guitar. So that's the calibration.
Yeah. Okay. And that sort of wraps up, I think, all the functions that are in this
Yes.
guitar. So once again, we're not plugged to anything. As you can see, the plugs are completely empty. Everything is coming out of the guitar. The overall principle, once again, is to make the table of the guitar vibrate, not only with the strings of the guitar, but with the actuators,
Yes.
creating effects, loops, and stuff. Robin, do you want to present the THV10 that you're holding?
Oh, the THV10, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
just the
Before
guitar.
presenting the new model.
Yeah.
So we have 3 models actually: the THV10, THV20, THV30. So this one is the first one. We have red cedar top. It's solid wood for the top, and we have mahogany back and sides. These are the principal characteristics. There is it's a satin finish. That's the only guitar on the range with a satin finish.
Yeah.
First
I
one.
mean, we have the 3 guitars in the range at the moment are all dreadnought shapes.
Yes.
So the only difference between the guitar will be the finish and the type and the woods,
And the woods,
that are used for the table and back and sides. So the one I'm holding here is a THV20 DCE. So it's using a spruce, a
Yes.
solid spruce top, and
Citrus spruce.
it's
Ovancol.
Ovancol back and
Ovancol
sides.
Yeah.
It's a glossy finish on this one. It looks very, very nice. They're very comfortable to play. The necks all have satin finishes, obviously. And the latest one, on the top of the range one, THV30.
I guess let
If we
me
can show you,
go out of the. Shit.
it's one with the a snakewood back and sides, which will be, and the top.
Here it is.
Yeah, there we go. And the top is also, it's an Engelmann, I think, solid Engelmann spruce.
It's
top.
Berclo.
Oh, Berclo,
spruce.
actually.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really really nice figured wood and crazy bocote, snake wood, but the Latin name it's
Yeah.
bocote.
Okay, it looks great. And you have the pearl inlays on the pins at the bottom of the guitar as well. So that would be the. This is the one with the most fancy finish, if I can say. They all look great, play great. And so now we want to introduce you to what's new in the range for 2021.
So let
The
me put
first
this
thing I think is coming back to the THV10.
Yep.
Because at the moment, the THV20 I'm holding is coming in a luxury gig bag, which looks very similar to the one that Robin is holding next to him. So it's a kind of leathery, soft shell case kind of bag. It's very, very solid and rugged.
Very great.
It looks great. It's also very good for carrying your guitar around.
Padded on the back and very light, but very solid.
Rugged and solid. Yeah. It's actually it's very useful, a great bag. So that's for the THV20 at the moment. The THV30 comes with a hard shell case, very similar to the one Robin has now in his hands. So it's a pretty standard hard shell case, but with the brand and the name of the guitar that are embroidered on the case.
Embroidered on the case.
They look awesome.
And we have black
very
satin,
high quality cases.
with black satin hardware.
Yeah. And what will be new for 2021 is that the THV10 will be coming in 2 different options. One without a bag, like it is the case today, but you will have the options to also have it with the gig bag that we showed you for that is the gig bag for the THV20. It will also be available with the THV10. It's a great option. If you're a big-time traveler or if you like carrying your guitar around, it's very useful.
taking care of your guitar.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So that's for the standard sort of folk steel strings.
Steel strings series.
Guitar, which are the bulk of the range at the moment. But we have some very exciting new stuff coming for 2021. And these are classical guitars actually. So nylon strings.
Side of it.
And there are two versions. The first one Robin will show you is the CHV, so for classical Hyvibe 30. So it's the top of the range classical guitar for 2021. As you can see, so it's using the same wood for the back and sides of the THV 30.
All right.
And actually, it's very exciting because these are our first classical guitars equipped with the Hyvibe system. It's very interesting because I don't know if you guys know, but on classical guitars, the tabletop of the guitar is a little bit thinner than for steel string because the string tension is lower. So the Hyvibe system is actually very exciting on the classical guitar as well.
Yeah, works great. It's pretty loud.
Yeah, it's pretty slightly louder, I'd say, just because again the table vibrates just a little bit more than a standard folk guitar. So it's a very nice experience playing on a classical guitar with nylon strings with this Hyvibe system. The functions are exactly the same. Yeah, it's great, and it's also quite a bit of fun because I mean classical guitars tend to be I think it's a great addition to have all these effects built in. It really brings a whole new area of possibilities for playing the classical guitar. Yeah, it's a whole different feel. I mean, it's like you're playing in a hall or in a church actually, and you will get that sound just anywhere. You're sitting on your couch and you can feel like you're playing the classical guitar in a huge place. It's a very, very nice experience. So the CHV 30 will be coming in the same hard shell case as the THV 30. Just the shape is different, obviously, because it's fitted to the classical guitar shape. And the second guitar in the range for 2021 for classical Hyvibes is the CHV 15. There you go. So as you can see, it looks maybe a bit more traditional, maybe a bit more in line with what you guys are used to seeing and with classical guitars.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a rate Seder top.
Exactly.
And it's mahogany back and sides, so it's a very standard construction. It looks great. They both come in a glossy finish. And they all come with the same Hyvibe system with the same functions that we demonstrated earlier on. Similarly, you also can use it as a speaker, so there's an input plug in here as well. You can use it as a Bluetooth speaker. Just everything is comparable to what we did with the steel string guitars, and we're very excited about these because again, it's a great addition to the range. The feedback we've had on these is very exciting. I think classical players are very excited to have all these functions available. So if you want to inquire and have a look at these guitars, obviously give us a shout or go to the nearest dealer to your place and try them on. They're great. I'm sure you'll love the experience as much as we do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for today.
Yeah, we're done.
We're done. We've covered everything that's new for 2021. Obviously, as we were saying, we try and keep kind of a community around Hyvibe players and users. There are groups of Hyvibe users on Facebook.
Yeah.
So you can share your experience,
the
share
community
settings.
is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's actually, and we want to give a big shout out to all the YouTubers out there who did great videos in November and December, showcasing our guitars. So a big shout out to Justin Johnson, Daryl Brown, Ola England, Pete Thorne, and so on. Guys, you have done an amazing job. It's been very exciting. We've had some incredibly, I mean, the influence of that has been huge. And we've had some incredible comments on the guitar. Obviously, they're selling very well at the moment. It's very exciting. The community is growing by the minute. And the community on Facebook sees a lot of comments. You can share your presets. You can share your ideas. Any sort of question you have, you know, just have a look on the internet. See on Facebook. As you will see, we try and keep this very kind of community oriented. And again, the Hyvibe guys are taking all the comments into account.
Yeah.
And trying and update and upgrade the system continuously, so you can expect some new upgrades for the system next year as well.
No, totally.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave the comments. Say what you think about the guitars. If you have one, just give us your feedback, and we'll see you very soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.